So in early November, I got a breakthrough case of COVID, and it was a fascinating experience. The major lessons started almost immediately, and it was that my body really is attached to living. And my body was in panic, like from the first chills that set in on the Saturday night. And uh, by midday Sunday, I was in full out nervous system meltdown. And all I could do was get into my heart space and meditate. And it was literally like night and day. I could be in immense suffering, ridiculous nausea and chills or fever. I was a goat. Uh, or I could be in my heart space meditating and being with oneness. And they were night and day. And if I literally did anything except for be in that heart space or be doing my laughing Tai Chi, laughing and movement helped me, actually do something during this time as well. When I'd be doing Tai Chi, breathing and laughing, I wouldn't feel the nausea and the horrible weakness and chills or fever of the experience while I was laughing. But the moments after I would stop, then it would start in again, and then I would have to go back to meditating. And while I was meditating, I got some pretty immense experience. For one was just like that this is always available, like this space in my heart, in the deep oneness of all of creation, is always available. And of course we know this, but to really get that sense experience, like here's suffering and here's not. That was very stark upon this experience within the first day. And later that night, day one, I was deep in meditation, doing a infinite love meditation that my friend Sandra sent to me. And when I was really getting in there, I was waiting for another friend to bring me soup, because I couldn't do anything like make myself food. I was waiting for a friend to bring me soup. And so she was supposed to show up at 2:30, and then it turned out to be more like 5. And so at 5, I'm sitting there waiting, doing this heart meditation, and she's not showing up. And so I start sending her gratitude and love from this heart meditation, which is getting into the heart, going into the infinite well of love that's available in all moments, and then sending this to her. And I was just sending it to her as appreciation and gratitude for her bringing me food, and infinite love and forgiveness for not being there when she said she was going to. And she just kept getting later and later and later. And she ended up being, I think it was, over an hour past 5 when she said she was going to be there. And I just kept getting more and deeper into the meditation of sending her love. And in the pinnacle of this, I had this horrible pain under my scapula. And I always have knots under my scapula. But I grabbed a tennis ball and I laid down on it just gently. And I sent the same love that I was sending her in gratitude to this knot in my shoulder and the tennis ball, and just gentle pressure from the tennis ball. And I breathed into it and sent it that deep meditative love that I was working on for her. And in just a couple minutes, I worked out mid-COVID, where my body was just gnarled with pain and intensity, a knot coming down out of my neck into my shoulder, which is what COVID does, it tenses all this up. With that love, I was able to completely release the knot underneath my scapula, which never goes away with massage therapists, with Tai Chi and all these acupuncture. It never goes away. But with love in that moment, the level of love with which I was sending to my friend, it dissolved. And that was just mind-blowing. That was unbelievable to me in that moment. And then she showed up with the soup. And that was really beautiful. And later that night, I really got the how much COVID felt like ayahuasca. And it was nauseous, of course, like ayahuasca. And yet my mind was like really clear. There were just no thoughts. And then, when I would let thoughts start streaming through, like that infinite consciousness come through, it would be a barrage and it'd be too much to handle. But I could go back to the stillness quite easily during COVID. It was very strange. It was really, really strange. And this existed, through the next couple days of just like getting into deep, peaceful meditation. And then my friends and I got together and we did a praying circle. And it's called the Power of Eight. And you get 8 people together and you pray for someone. We prayed for me and then for everyone else who had COVID. And when you do this, something weird happens. You get people focusing for 10 minutes on me, someone was suffering, and then 10 minutes of sending that out to others. And the sending out to others is really powerful. And I don't know exactly what the, spiritual energetic connection is, but there's something about like taking your prayer and intention for goodness for yourself and then wanting that for others that really sends it back in. Because right after that, I got better. It was like, boom, on the dot. Like I was done with COVID, with all those symptoms that I was experiencing. And, other things came up afterwards. I had a throat thing that came up. But man, did that meditation, like, boom, slam the effects that I was feeling up until there. It was incredible, like truly incredible. And yeah, I would also say that I was vaccinated with the J&J vaccine, and I'm grateful that I was, because I believe that kept me out of the ICU in the hospital, taking up a bed and potentially saving my life. My brother's an ER doc in Denver and sees the hospitals filled every day with people that don't have the vaccine, and so I have firsthand experience from my brother that this probably, really, really benefited my physical body's health. With that, plus the meditation and this deep, connection to a loving spirit, like I came through it in 3 days, and that was really powerful. And now I just have, this new physical experience of suffering and not with which to bring to my day. And prayer. We're getting together and doing prayer groups on the weekly now. And there's something there. I don't understand it. And maybe I don't need to.